and gents, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video on perfume and how to make it last longer. I've been really into fragrances for the past maybe 2 or 3 years, and so I've picked up some tips and tricks along the way of how to get my perfume to last longer, because there's nothing worse than when you put on perfume or whatever fragrance you're wearing and you feel like it smells really good, and then when you leave the house it doesn't even smell anymore, like the fragrance just goes away. So I have a few tips and tricks that I've written down that I'm going to show you guys today. So if you've seen my past video, I think it was products I've been loving lately, I mentioned the company Dossier, and they were kind enough to send me another fragrance to talk about. So I just really quickly want to mention I'm not being paid to post this or anything like that. They just were kind enough to send me the fragrance. I thought this would be a great way to combine the video that I wanted to do on how to make your perfume last longer, then also talk about this company. So if you haven't heard of Dossier, they've been going viral lately on TikTok because they create imitation scents and scents modeled after your favorite fragrances for a fraction of the price. Perfume can be really, really expensive, and it's crazy to think that a majority of the reason is for the brand name. And unfortunately, a lot of those higher end brands have the best scents, but you can pay well over $100 for a single bottle of perfume. And what's great about Dossier is their fragrances range from anywhere from $29 to $59. Not only do you get a full-sized fragrance right here, but you also get a little travel scent, which is nice as well. But when you receive your package, you get a full-sized fragrance, which is just really crazy to me because it's just insane how expensive perfume can really be. So the scent that I have received today is Fruity Orange. Once you open the box, you get a little card, and it just goes over the fragrance notes, if it's inspired by a scent, the concentration, and then they also just give you a little thank you note and give you a little note about how this process works. For example, it says any scent you order comes with a sample that you can test before opening the full-size bottle. If you don't like the sample, just return the package with the bottle in it and you will get a refund. The fragrance I got is Fruity Orange, and it's inspired by Clinique Happy Perfume. The top notes are grapefruit, bergamot, tangerine, and melon. The middle notes are orange, lily, green apple, and magnolia, and the base notes are jasmine, musk, and plum. The concentration of this fragrance is 20%, and like I said, it's great. You get a full-size bottle of perfume for a fraction of the price of regular perfume. I highly recommend checking this out. The fragrance I've tried from them before, I believe it was warm vanilla, but I could be wrong, but it was inspired by YSL's Black Opium, and I went to Ulta to compare the two scents, and I was actually so shocked. They were literally the same scent. Like, I wouldn't have been able to tell which one was the YSL scent and which one was the Dossier perfume. If you sprayed both the Dossier and the YSL perfume on both of my arms, I wouldn't have been able to tell you which was which because they smelled that similar. It genuinely blows my mind. I'm like, how is this company able to do this? Like, do they just take the exact same ingredients that the high-end brands take to use their perfumes and just make it without the label? I don't know. I don't know how it works, but it works and it's amazing, so I would highly recommend checking this out. They have men's, women's, and unisex scents. They have scents modeled after Creed, Le Labo. I believe they also have scents modeled after Killian, and you can save so much money on perfume. You could probably get 2 to 3 bottles of their fragrance for a regular sized of a high-end fragrance. Okay, so let's get into how to make your scent last longer. Now, there's a couple different areas we're going to hit in this video, and the first thing that I want to talk about that actually came to my mind when reading this card is that one thing to get your perfume to last longer is to have it be an actual perfume. There's a very big difference between body sprays and perfumes. Perfumes come concentrated. For example, you can get perfumes in different concentrations. The Dossier one that I received is a concentration of 20%, and I believe another one I had gotten was 35%. I could be wrong, but basically the fragrance is concentrated with different levels. So obviously the more concentrated, the stronger the scent is going to be. Body sprays and things like that, although they may smell amazing when you first spray them on, they're not going to last. They're going to fade really quickly because they don't have that level of concentration, which is also why you tend to have to spray body spray all over the place, and with perfume you only hit a few spots because it lasts. Getting that out of the way, we want to use perfume. So step 1 to having your perfume last long, spray your clothes. Spray what you're going to be wearing. If you're going to be wearing a shirt, a jacket, a sweater, whatever it may be, that fragrance is going to cling to the material on your clothes longer than it will to your skin. So that'll last all day long. If people go to hug you or go brush by you or whatever, that scent will be on your clothes and it will kind of waft around you and it will be on your clothes clothes as well, so it's gonna smell good. This is actually something I learned and it has made a huge difference. So fragrance actually lasts longer with moisture. So for example, you can use an unscented lotion, a scented lotion that goes with your fragrance, or you can use something like Vaseline, which is what I use because I actually use it for makeup and things like that. I have it here. So what I do is I take a little bit of Vaseline and I just rub it on where I'm going to be putting my perfume, which I'll talk about later, which is mostly going to be pressure points. We'll get to that. But basically by having a moisture barrier or something moisturizing on your skin before you spray the perfume is going to cling to it and make it last even longer. With Vaseline or with lotion, you obviously don't just want to like put it on then put your perfume on. You want to make sure that you rub it in so it gets a little bit tacky, but you don't want to rub it completely in because you still want to have some moisture on your skin. Perfume is activated by heat, which is a fun fact I also learned recently. According to Google, the pulse points are areas on the body where the veins flow close to the skin. The spot emits heat, which helps fragrance develop faster. So the places you're going to be spraying perfume are on the neck, the back of your neck. You can spray it behind your ear. So you should be spraying, I'm going off of Google here, you should be spraying perfume on your hair because it attaches to your hair similar to like your clothes. It'll kind of cling onto your hair as well. The inside of your elbow and the wrist area. The wrist, they say the reason why people tend to go for the elbow instead of the wrist is like if you wash your hands and things like that, that scent may come off. I still spray it on my wrist. Feel free to do whatever you want. I don't know, I feel like totally fine. And then behind the top of your ears. The reason why you should spray it behind the top of your ears is because it says that spot is oilier than the lobes and the oil tends to hold the perfume better. So that helps it diffuse for longer. So those are some areas to consider spraying your perfume to make it last longer. Another key that I've learned over the past couple of months is do not rub your perfume in. So don't put it on and then rub it in like how you would normally see, or like rub it on your neck. Let it sink in itself. Don't push that fragrance in. Let the fragrance do its thing and just let it work on its own and it will kind of sink in and last longer as well. Another thing that is very important is to store your perfumes properly. I feel like that's something that can go overlooked. For example, you don't want to leave your perfume in your car or somewhere if it's going to get really hot or really cold because that's going to affect the ingredients and things in the perfume and that actually may affect the scent. So that is one thing to consider, is to make sure you're storing it properly in a cool, dry place. It's honestly really simple, but I had not known that moisture helps and that not rubbing it in to your skin and things like that are important. And also the concentration is a huge factor to how long your perfume will last. So those are just some quick tips and tricks that I like to do to make my perfume last longer. I hope you found this video helpful. These little tips will make a huge difference. Try them out. If they work for you, that's awesome. I hope I could help you, and if they don't, then I hope you're entertained at least while you're watching this video. I want to say thank you to Dossier for sending me this fragrance. Again, I'm not being paid to talk about this. I just want to mention it because I think it's a great service and a great way to save money. And I'm very skeptical on services like this or just anything where it's like you can save money, just because I've had my trust broken with products and services before that I kind of just feel like, okay, it doesn't really work. I have to try it to believe it, and this is a great service. I recommend it. My sister loves it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you follow my Instagram and my TikTok. I will have those linked down below. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that. Click the subscribe button, click the bell button. It would just really help me out. I'd appreciate your support. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you want to see from me next down below. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.